Most women dream of becoming mothers, as most men dream about becoming fathers. One would think that their employers would be understanding of that, and they would offer paid time off while they were away from their workplace. For some, that's true, but for others, if only it were that simple. Michelle Gores works as the general manager of KEYC TV in Mankato and is a mother of two. She has an interesting and unique story regarding her maternity leave, but she also considered herself to be lucky.
A fairly unique situation that I understand a lot of working moms aren't this lucky, but my husband also worked in the television business, and we decided together that he would be, since I made more money, I was the higher breadwinner of the two of us, that we decided that instead of having all these daycare costs that would almost cancel out his salary, that he would just stay home. He'd be a stay-at-home dad, which was made by a situation unique in that we were both or the whole family was then being supported by my salary, but the incredible part of that was I was able to go to work and get updates all day long on, the things that the baby did and little milestones, but I didn't have to worry about, not worry necessarily, but think about, somebody else is taking care of him, somebody else, is he being picked up when he's crying, is he, he was home with dad, and he had all the attention from this one caregiver, and I didn't have to go take him to a daycare and then go to work and think about that.
Laurel Behringer is head of the HR department for Gray Television, who happen to be the owners of KEYC, and she had this to say regarding motherhood and the workforce.
I think it goes back to finding out some alternatives, whether it's, I worked for one company that gave you 30 days of emergency daycare and they had a service that would help you search for daycare if a daycare provider was ill, especially now after, some good things did come out of COVID. And I think many companies have seen that it is much more possible for people to work from home. And then there's also, if you can't work from home, depending on the nature of the job, there's flexible work schedules. And human resources, the role we play is, first off, to be very knowledgeable about what's out there, to be knowledgeable of what we have to do and what we can do, and then to be kind of that, if you're not really in tune with operations, then, you have to be the person who acts as kind of a conduit, a moderator between the employee and operations, and kind of that voice of reasonableness, right? I think there's a unconscious bias with managers to say no because it makes them nervous. And there's an unconscious or conscious bias for us as parents to say, I need this and my family comes first. Here, what are you going to do? And neither of those, it has to be an interactive dialogue to figure out how we can make it all work, if at all possible.
So we have a mother who shared her story about her maternity leave and her time back at work, and an HR person who seems to have some optimism for the future regarding the whole maternity leave process. We can only hope more progress continues to be made and maybe more stories can be heard. Until then, there's only a limited amount of things we can do.